Well, not that you need any introduction, right? Because everybody in Bermuda definitely knows who you are. But just tell us who you are.
My name's Jessica Lewis, and I compete in para athletics.
Yeah. So give us a little insight in para athletics. Just explain that for the public.
So the sport that I'm involved in has a lot of different categories because there is such a wide variety of different disability types. So we get put into classifications based on our ability levels, so that we compete against people of the same kind of condition or level that we have. So it's very varied, and I'm known as a T53, which means that I have a problem with my spine and I don't have a lot of core control. So I race against other female athletes that have the same kind of ability level.
Mm. So I'll just jump right into. Tell me what sports does for you, Jessica.
Oh my gosh, sports does everything for me. It's opened up my entire world, and it's given me a purpose, and it's given me an opportunity to see that my disability isn't a bad thing. And it's giving me the chance to meet so many incredible people and just to learn about different cultures around the world when you travel. And it's just been an amazing experience.
Yeah, you definitely. I've interacted with you a few times, and I see a mental strength, a strength that you have to keep on moving forward, especially coming from the little small island of Bermuda. Tell me about that. Where does that come from? How have you built that type of strength?
Yeah, it definitely is not always easy,
Yeah.
but you kind of just have to look at the positives of things in life. And I'm so incredibly fortunate that I have an amazing family that's always been so supportive of me, and they've always let me go out and try something new. Even though, I have my disability, they were never like, don't let that hold you back. So I think a lot of my strength comes from my family and my friends that have really helped me.
And let's just jump back. How did you start to get into competing? Where did that come from?
So I was involved with Windreach Bermuda, the organization here that offers programs for people with disabilities. And they hosted a sports expo in 2006. And they brought down coaches and athletes from Canada and the States and a bunch of different para sports. And I just absolutely fell in love with track when my previous two coaches, Ken Tom and Curtis Tom, came down to show wheelchair track racing.
Hmm. And let's jump into the now. So what is your program for this season coming up? This season, what are you preparing for?
Yeah. So I've kind of had a really big life change within the sport. I've started working with a new coach named Jeff Harris, who is one of Canada's national team coaches. So I'll be starting to work with him. I started in June of this year, right before my World Championships. So in September, I'm going to be moving out to Victoria, BC, to work with him full time. And right now, we're working towards the Pan American Games, which are in November in Chile.
Wonderful, that's wonderful. So give us your wish list as to how can we in Bermuda, develop this sport and aid this sport better? What would be your wish list?
I would definitely love to find someone else that can kind of come along, after me or even now to compete in the sport. But a lot of the individuals in our community that have disabilities, a lot of it is a cognitive impairment, so they would fall under the Special Olympics, not necessarily the sport that I'm involved in, but definitely down the line, I really hope that there is going to be, a few people that are getting involved, even if it's not para-athletics, just in kind of any para-sport.
You bring up something interesting because the Special Olympics was, they just competed in Berlin, and they medaled the most out of every sport that were here in Bermuda.
Yeah, they did phenomenal.
That must have made you proud.
It did, sure did. Yeah. It's awesome. Yeah.
So moving on to facilities wise in Bermuda, what type of facilities does your sport require to be able to train and compete?
Definitely like National Sports Stadium or Florida Stadium now. and it's mainly just a track for me because I don't do a lot of the road races. But if I was, then I would need kind of a road space that would be a little safer for me to be on.
And what is what? Just get me into your specialty and some of your best events.
Yeah, so I compete in the 100 and 400, but I'm gonna kind of transition and focus mainly on the 100 right now. My new coach Jeff, he says we're gonna make you into a 100-meter monster, so I'm really looking forward to that. I think just with my body type and my body size, I don't have a lot of room to add a lot of muscle or that kind of power for the endurance side. So I will be focusing on kind of the shorter races.
Is the 100 your favorite or?
Yes. Yeah. I love to get going and then can stop.
You can stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's always wonderful interacting with you, and we're definitely at Youth in Sports very proud of, what you're doing for Bermuda and putting Bermuda on the map, in Paralympics. So we'll definitely be looking to interact with you a lot more in the future.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay.